Who wants to start it?
Alright. Start off with the main one. Weed.
Good or bad?
Yes. Yes. Good.
Good?
Yes.
Good.
Well, I think
Yes.
it.
In what
I
way,
think
though?
it.
In what
I think
way?
it. I think it
Dog, what
depends.
way are you saying it's good?
I think
Like
it
for medical
depends.
purposes, or
honestly, it has so many medical purposes.
I agree.
It's been proven to cure so many things, so much pain relieving capabilities, all this type of shit, and even CBD and shit like that. Fucking
You know what?
amazing.
I'm actually gonna expand on that. I actually have a brother-in-law. My sister is married or getting married, and he has MS. If you know what that is, it's a disease.
Yeah.
And for his he's in so much pain, he actually does have to take that.
Yeah. Well, there's a
Medical
couple. There's a lot of people who have to take it. I know. Doesn't
Yeah.
Pete Davidson? He needs it. I'm pretty sure. For pain relief from cracks.
Yeah.
A lot of people are prescribed it, even like older people and shit.
Yeah.
Even simple stuff like my grandma brought over this like hemp cream one time. It's made from a marijuana plant, but it's CBD. You know.
Yeah.
And it helps with pain relief. You rub it on a part of your body that's
Well,
tense and stuff, and it
I
relieves stress.
feel that grown, like fresh grown, I don't think it can be bad for you, but I do believe that like carts are bad for you. Like they have to be bad for you.
I fully agree with that. I fully agree that things are laced. That black market dealing is very inconsistent, and you're not going to really find that much real stuff. That's why you gotta get from dispensaries and stuff like that.
And it should be over the counter though, if you are getting it, unless you are doing it for fun, which you can't really stop anybody from doing because it's so popular.
If it's illegal in the state, it's legal in the state.
And yeah, and now it's becoming legal in a lot of states. So
It's also not. Nobody's ever died from it.
No one has ever died. You seen Snoop Dogg?
Ever.
40,
You can't
82
overdose
blunts
on
a day. 82 blunts a day. Has no health issues.
In order to overdose, you would need to smoke your weight in under an hour.
That's insane. That's not even possible.
So me, I would have to smoke 145 pounds in under an hour.
That's not possible.
yeah, that's kind of crazy.
That's
Not gonna happen.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
I
one
think
of the
weed
better
is generally a thing that's like misunderstood. People will say like they don't like it just because their first experience was bad. I think it's just a plant that grows out of the ground that it might be illegal because it makes you a little high, but it has medical purposes.
Yeah,
That's what I believe.
I completely agree.
So what about like cigarettes? Nasty, dude.
Like nicotine?
Nasty. Nicotine, tobacco.
Yeah. Cigarettes are nasty, yeah. Like, I'll hit a vape, but like cigarettes are nasty.
Digress.
Yeah,
I don't even know if it's really considered a drug, is it?
Yeah, nicotine's a drug.
What about tobacco?
yeah, it is considered a drug because it is addictive.
Tobacco is just a plant. It's not a chemical.
Well, weed's a plant too, though.
Yeah, weed's a plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
THC. That's the drug that gets you high.
Yeah.
And then CBD.
Doesn't get you high.
So where does is CBD in the plant?
Yeah, it comes from the same plant. It just doesn't get you high. That's not the one that gets you high. It just relaxes you.
Yeah.
Makes you go to bed, I guess, yeah.
That's crazy.
So let's talk about some real shit. Let's talk about, like, the next thing would probably be, like, either cocaine or psychedelics.
Psychedelics would be the next one.
Okay.
Cocaine's honestly not as bad as everything else, but...
Yes, it is. Cocaine is like in the same boat as heroin.
No, you want to jump right into it?
Not really, alright.
If you do cocaine for your first time, you could die.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also mostly with every hard drug.
Yeah. Alright, but let's talk about the ones that won't kill you, LSD and mushrooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can you, I thought you can die from shrooms if you take too many.
I guess. I don't know. I never heard anything about that.
I'll look that up. Just continue talking.
You can also go crazy if you take LSD.
Yeah, because you start to see stuff, like...
Yeah.
How do you think that happens? Like, what do you think the drug does?
It generally does not happen. It generally does not happen. It's very rare.
Like, what do you think it does inside your brain that you start to, like, hallucinate?
It just introduces chemicals to your brain. Honestly, LSD and mushrooms, not even really extremely bad stuff. Mushrooms grow out of the ground, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna get addicted to them at all.
Really? They have no...
They don't have any addicting...
Not
probably...
gonna get addicted to it, no.
No, but you might get addicted to the feel.
Nobody's ever gotten addicted to mushrooms. Like, when I say addicted, I mean depend on it.
Okay,
like, your body will die without it. That's what I mean.
I guess some people just like it more.
Nobody's ever been like, oh, dude, I'm fiending for some shrooms. Nobody ever said that. If they did, they're retarded, dude.
A little weird, yeah.
But
what about
like,
acid, though?
Acid. Oh, it's a tablet, right?
That's the same thing as LSD.
Is it? I thought it was more,
It's the
LSD...
same exact thing.
Is it? I thought it was more intense.
Dude, it's the same exact thing.
Yeah, acid and LSD is basically the same thing.
Okay.
It's the same exact thing. There's no differences.
Is LSD just acid? Is that just another name for it? Or is acid like a variety of pills?
It's the same thing. I mean,
okay.
LSD and acid are the same thing. They just are different words, different names for it. They come in different forms though. Gel tabs, regular paper tabs. I'm sure they've been in like a concentrated form, like a sticky type form, some shit like that. You know.
Fine. Somebody will probably make edibles.
So let me talk about pills.
Okay.
Yeah,
The shit that really fucks you up.
What about Adderall, though?
Adderall.
How do you guys feel about that?
Actually, you really don't have too many comments on that.
Really?
No, I don't.
Well, I heard, I don't know if I'm correct, but if you are not prescribed it, if you don't need Adderall, you can have like a really bad time with it if you take it. Because it's really meant to treat something. It's not meant just to take.
So how intense is it though? I feel like
well, I mean, it's not like. Where the hell did Alex go? I was not even talking anymore. Where's Asher?
I was talking to my mom. Sorry.
Asher, you haven't been in this at all. Oh yeah.
Asher hasn't said one thing, dude.
So
wait, so where were we?
Adderall.
Acid. I mean Adderall. Yeah.
Well, Adderall's meant to treat what? It's meant to treat ADHD, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
to make you more focused.
Make you more focused. But if you don't have ADHD, what can it do to you?
Kids take it to like stay up all night and fucking do, study for a test or something like that. Yeah.
It's not too harmful though, I thought.
Makes you all jittery.
Well, that because it's...
Yeah, you definitely could be addicted to that. You definitely could be. Because then you depend on it to focus. But what are the side effects? Like, what does it ruin?
I don't fucking know.
It can't ruin your lungs or anything.
No.
No.
Obviously
your liver.
not.
But
your
what
liver.
about what about if you use a depressant and stimulant together, like weed and Adderall?
I don't fucking know. You're gonna be really hyper.
Weed and Adderall together?
Yeah, but together, which one would be more powerful or would be deadly to you? Like how?
Do you guys know what like benzos are?
Never heard of them.
No.
What are they?
Or like opiates, like fucking Percocets and shit.
Oh, opioids, yeah.
Okay.
That's like the really bad shit.
Perks.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we can go on to new drug. What about heroin? I'm pretty
Chills.
sure we
Actual
all know
chills.
it's
Whoa.
pretty bad.
Dude, you skipped over so many fucking things, man.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Just a couple.
You skipped over Xanax.
Yeah, I
skipped
was
over
literally gonna talk about Xanax.
fucking
Depression.
Oxycontin.
Xanax for depression. What does Oxycontin do? What is that?
Yeah, I've never even heard of that. to be honest.
Oxycontin is
Heard
heroin.
of it. Oh.
Oh.
Oxycontin is heroin in pill
Is
form.
it a type or is it just?
So what happens is people take pills, right? They
Yeah.
start, wanting to do this stuff. They take Oxycontin. They get addicted to it because it's just like heroin. Then they realize, oh, I'm spending a fuck ton of money on Oxycontin because it's an expensive drug. It's like $300 a week or some shit, or a couple. I don't fucking know the specifics, but very expensive. That's when they turn to heroin because it's $5 a bag.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez, that's crazy.
That's how it works.
Yeah, you know what? My aunt is actually addicted to heroin.
Don't
No
do
way.
fucking pills.
And
You joking?
OD'd a couple times. She's actually died before, but they brought
Got
her
revived?
back to life. Yeah, the squad clutched up.
The squad clutched up.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, what the heck? Oh man, that's
Yeah,
awful.
but
Sorry.
I think there's a drug that gets it out of your system quicker, right?
Oh,
Okay,
fucking, fuck, what's it called? Hold on, I'll find it. Narcan.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know
Is
how
that for any?
expensive Narcan is?
Does that get you any drug out of your system
It's
faster?
such a problem. It's such a problem with the world because you get Narcan, and Narcan's like $200 for a fucking one shot of Narcan. It's like $200. So these
But it's
motherfuckers die, and then they have to save them. But it's really expensive.
Yeah,
So
but
that's why it's
honestly,
such a problem.
I mean, it is expensive, but I think it is definitely worth, $200 to stay alive.
Most likely, or
Yeah,
just
but
don't
it
do the
wasn't
drug.
worth. It wasn't worth the $5 they spent on
Well,
heroin to die. So
here's my thing
why the
about
fuck?
that. I know, but here's my thing. You're addicted. It's like even if you want to stop, you're addicted.
Yeah, you can.
It's like your body telling you to keep
Then
going.
you need to get help.
You wanna stop. Yeah,
Then you need to get
even
help.
after help, people are still, addicted.
Do you think people are scared to get help? Is that why they don't? Like, what's...
Of course, yes.
Yeah,
But why?
Because who wants to be that vulnerable in the first place?
True, but I mean, if it's like that bad, you're doing heroin?
Yeah, but you know what though? Some, and then like their their sellers might tell them like, nah, you don't need help. Or
Like, you can handle it yourself.
I can tell I know a lot more about this stuff than you guys do.
Yeah,
I'd say
I don't-
no. I mean,
It's,
Yeah,
it's,
I don't know much about heroin.
I have a lot more experience with this particular opiate.
yeah, I think I have more relations. I have a lot of family stuff like that.
It's a struggle because when you're on it, you want to stop. Maybe you don't want to stop. Maybe you do want to stop. All you think about is your next hit of heroin.
Yeah.
You sell things, you sell your fucking everything in your house, you sell your car, you sell everything, you fucking move out on the street because you spend all your money on it.
Yeah, that even
And
happens to my aunt, too.
yes, they're afraid to fucking get help. They're afraid to go somewhere because all they want is the drugs. They're not gonna go get any help. That's all. They're gonna do what they want to get what they
If it makes them
want.
feel good, they don't want to get that feeling away.
Exactly.
Because they don't think they need help, It's making them feel alive, make them feel good. So, sometimes they don't even think about getting help. It's just not a thing that they need. Like, I'm fine with this. I mean, $5 on a bag, it's crazy.
Yo, I'll be back. I'll be like, literally 2 minutes. Not even.
Alright.
Ash, are you gonna talk at all?
So, what other, drugs do you think would be good for medical purposes, per se?
Oh, I mean, I know another one that we could talk about for like 15 minutes.
What is it?
Fucking DMT.
Okay, what is that? I don't know anything about that, actually.
DMT is this basically the strongest psychedelic drug in the world.
Yeah, so is it? Okay.
It comes from like an ancient civilization where they used to like make it into teas and brews. It comes from a plant.
Okay.
Make it in teas and brews. They used to drink it, but now people smoke it. Once
Okay.
Colin gets back, I'll tell you stories upon stories, dude, because I've watched a lot of videos on this shit.
Yeah? Alright, well, can you, until
Hell
Colin
yeah,
gets back,
dude.
can you tell me, the strength of it, mainly? And its main, properties? Like, what does it do?
It's a psychedelic.
Okay, so what does that mean, though? Because I'm not too informed on this.
Yeah, it's
Yeah?
like
Okay.
it's like acid on steroids. Like I'll explain to you. Don't worry.
Okay.
You'll hear. I'll explain to you how strong it is once you hear the stories. And these are actual stories that like people have reported.
Okay. Sounds good.
What was the one? Well, I don't know what one it was. There was just one thing that like it makes people like high.
What?
What?
We skipped over like so many. We skipped over like
skipped over a
crack and fucking cocaine, and we skipped over fucking.
Yeah, so actually, because you seem pretty informed
We
on
skipped
this,
over ecstasy,
what
Molly.
is the biggest difference between crack and cocaine?
You guys like to fill me in?
Cocaine's a powder that you snort, and crack's just a crystallized version of cocaine.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's crack, so you crack is a lot worse.
Oh, that's
yes.
scary.
Yeah, that shit's fucked up.
That's-
Oh, dude, you just made me think of so many more things, dude.
Did you?
Okay, I have so many more stories to tell you that I've heard about so many other drugs. Colin, we're gonna talk about. You know what DMT is?
Is there another name for it? I might know another name.
No, just DMT.
Nah, I don't know.
Let me enlighten you guys.
Lighten up.
So I just explained to them before. DMT is a plant. Well, it's a drug, but it comes from a plant. And ancient people used to make tea with it and stuff and drink it for the psychological effects it gives. It's a psychedelic. It's the strongest psychedelic. Now, basically what it does is you smoke it, I guess out of like a little crack pipe or some fucking sketchy shit because it's a sketchy drug. You take one hit, you inhale it, and as soon as it hits your lungs, you're in a different realm.
Really?
There's reported cases that if you take more than one hit, like 2 or 3 hits, you'll have an ego death, which basically means you literally come out of your body. Like you will stand up and you will be out of your body and you will look at your body
Like your
laying
soul.
there on the bed. Yes, you are your soul. You have ego
And
death.
you like
So
that's scary.
crazy.
So let me tell you some stories. There was this one girl that was going somewhere in Europe or something, and she was with her friend, and they went to this abandoned, or not abandoned, but it was like a museum of like a prison, right? You know how they have those, like there's people around, it's a public place, you can just walk through the museum.
Okay.
She's standing there with her friend, and her friends, they're in Germany or someplace like that. And her friend says, hey, you want to do some TMT with me? She didn't really know what it was. She's stupid. She fucking hits this shit. The second she hits it, she reported that she looked up and everything around her was covered in fire, and her friend was 9 feet tall, jet red, with red-ass eyes, and was the devil. And she was in hell.
What the hell?
And that he was on fire and everything. She described every little detail, that the whole place was
Did
on
she
fire
die?
and she was in hell. Oh no, she was just
tell the story.
she was just tripping balls for like fucking 5 minutes. It only lasts like 5 to 15 minutes.
Probably feels longer though.
Oh yeah, it'll feel like you're in there for like 6 days.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
It's actually crazy.
If you guys want to actually see like what it actually does, dude, look up a DMT video. The visuals that it shows is as
True. It's not like anyone's gonna
No,
see
I
this,
want to do
though.
that. But if you want to just explain to us what he says.
I don't fucking remember what he said.
I don't think it's gonna get... Christian, who's gonna see this?
Fair enough.
Hi, I'm Justin, and this is my DMT trip report. Let me start by saying that everything I tell you is just a direct account. It was popularized in the U.S. by Terence McKenna in the second half of the 20th century. In the 1990s, psychiatrist Rick Strassman conducted some famous experiments with it at the University of New Mexico. Published a paper on it right now. The real DMT fashion.
That's Joe Rogan right there. He does DMT.
Really?
Actively or just...
So did you hear that? It's called ayahuasca, which is injected like orally, which it means it's just like getting drunk and whatever you say.
Right.
Drunk, yeah.
Smoked an herb blend called changa, or it can be vaped in an oil. And an ayahuasca trip lasts for hours, while smoking it only lasts for about 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
So my trip is actually a composite of several trips, but for the sake of storytelling, I'll tell it as one trip. And I've been recording audio, so I lay down on my bed and take a hit with my eyes open. And almost immediately, the room turns into this very futuristic cartoon, and the surfaces are all covered with eyes. I close my eyes and take another hit. My visual field is black, but I can feel my mind starting to be massaged. It's loosening me up and removing the kinks and cramps and distractions out of my mind. If you're familiar with meditation, it seemed to be putting me in the state of no thought. My thinking brain was shut off, and I felt very present and very aware. It felt like it was aligning my brain in preparation for the rest of the trip. But beyond that, I feel completely sober through it all. Then from the periphery of my visual field, these entities slowly approach me. They're made of light. Everything in DMT world is made of light. They gently began to cover me in these warm blanket of light that
This is what he's feeling
into my body. And then they start to carry me
and
away.
seeing.
So they take me
If you could see this video, dude, you would be fucking, what the fuck?
Extra dimensions. This extra dimensional space is commonly called hyperspace. An analogy of what hyperspace looks like is if you think of our material world here as a 2D plane square, and then think of hyperspace as a animated tesseract, everything you encounter in hyperspace has that sort of elevation, that element of extra dimensions. And not only does hyperspace have spatial...
So yeah, that shit's crazy as fuck.
He felt like warm blankets? That's weird, dude.
Dude, he said he saw two entities come out of the corner of his eyes and filled him with warmth and purpleness.
And they were made out of light, and they covered him with warm blankets.
Yes.
That's so...
Well, he did also say everything. World.
Wait, what's that other drug that you keep on inhaling?
Later in the video, he talks about a library, how he was in a library and there was entities in the library and they were like aliens or some shit like that.
Oh, wow. Okay, I do gotta go soon because I also have to take a shower. So let's do one last drug before we do it.
You know what? Wait, hold on. What's that drug? I can't think of it, dude. Steve-O did it.
Oh,
Nitrous oxide.
Yes, I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say that shit, dude.
That has to be the scariest one.
That shit is so fucked up. That is the most fucked up shit
Dude, when I watched
ever.
his video, that actually gave me chills.
How he said he had his own intervention?
That's fucked. That's fucked.
He said
so
he
up.
imagined his own intervention with people telling him that he needed to stop doing drugs.
He needs to get help.
And then he said that a guy got up and walked through the fucking wall and just walked through the wall and just left.
He said he was like sitting in his bed and some guy walked through the wall, took a rip of his bong, and left.
Oh yeah.
How crazy is that?
Steve-O also did a lot of ketamine, and one of the things he did on ketamine was he said he had to write an email to 50 Cent.
Yeah. He had to, it was like his life mission.
You guys I know Colin's seen it before, but you guys gotta watch Steve-O Every Drug I've Done. It's fucking so funny, dude.
It's funny,
I'm gonna watch it tonight,
the
dude. I've seen it 8 times.
I saw it like 3, yeah. it's like, it's just weird though. I think him and Knoxville did, nitrous oxide though. Nitrous oxide.
Knoxville's the one who got him to stop, though.
Yeah.
He's the one who fucking set everything up. His actual intervention. After Steve-O did ketamine that one last time, Knoxville fucking set up the
so
whole
how many
thing for
times
him
did
to
you do
stop taking
nitrous
drugs.
oxide?
A lot.
Yeah.
He fucking took... In the one video, he was taking like 10 puffs, dude.
That is what gave me
10 puffs. He was
chills.
just puffing
That is what
shit.
gave me chills. Because he was saying, like, his friend told him to, like, keep on doing it and hold your breath until you pass out, don't be a pussy. And all you see is him take, like, 10 hits, 10 to 12 hits, and then he
Who was
passes
that?
out.
So
Crazy.
basically,
twitching.
do you guys... Christian and Ashley, do you guys know what nitrous oxide is?
I've heard of it, but I've never, you know.
You basically just like take it out of this little fucking like little little can, and then you like hold down the thingy, and then you huff it, and then you go like that,
Yeah.
and then you fucking trip balls and see shit.
Yeah.
Same thing with whippets.
Dude, whippets. Oh my god. That is
Hold
literally,
on
that has
about
to be like
nitrous
the brain
oxide.
killer. You
Let's
actually
make
go
this
like
last.
retarded, full retarded if you do it often. You're really just
So nitrous oxide. What is like the effects
destroying
of it,
brain
though?
cells.
Well,
Death? Can you
Every-
OD? You definitely can. But like, what is the Alex, do you know?
What?
Nitrous oxide, like what happens when you OD?
I have no idea. You probably can't OD from it. No, I'm sure you can, actually. You probably just fucking go brain dead or some shit like that. Fucking kill too many brain cells.
So. Stroke.
So is it
Increase
like,
in blood pressure may also
is
occur.
it like
This can
DMT?
raise. What'd you say, Christian?
Is it like DMT? Like you're in another world?
I think it's more.
No, not
I think
really.
it's more realistic.
You're more, yeah, you're in your
More
own
realistic
world.
trip.
You're just seeing shit.
Like, you're
in
seeing
your
shit
world.
that's not real.
DMT is not comparable to anything else. You are not. You don't know where you are anymore. Like
So-
you'll be gone for probably. It'll feel like 5 hours, but it'll be 15 minutes, and you're just absolutely tripping dick, dude. Like you're imagining shit in your own mind.
So
Wow.
DNT compared to shrooms. Shrooms is more of like the room, like
Dude, on shrooms, you're gonna shit's gonna be bright, and like you're just gonna be happy, and
But
just like
I heard
feel light.
people
you know?
see shit too. I heard.
Oh, absolutely. You're gonna see shit, but not like extremely like DMT. It's not comparable, dude. They're not comparable at all.
Now,
DMT is so much wilder.
do you think it's like whatever's in your mind is what you see, or do you think it's just random?
Who the fuck knows, dude? Whatever is going on in your head, dude. I don't even know. I'm not an expert on this shit, so I'm not gonna tell you anything.
Well, I'm just asking,
No,
like,
is not true. Or
like what you guys think.
I'm telling you as much as I know.
Yeah, I can't comment too much because I don't know too much, but I will look into it.
Yeah, next podcast we should like do some research before we go into it. All of us. I mean, Alex kind of knew.
Oh, that's good. We're just talking about it.
Alex is pretty much carrying this conversation.
A little bit.
I just
Ash
know
is
all
also
this shit,
carrying,
dude.
but
This
it's
should
fine.
literally be podcast number 1 with Alex. Alex should be like the special guest. That's what this is.
We didn't talk about like ecstasy or Molly.
Isn't that essentially
Actually,
like the same thing as weed?
obviously I know what Molly is, but I never knew what
Christian,
the
what'd you
trip
say?
is.
Oh no, wait, not ecstasy though. Isn't Molly essentially the same thing as weed though?
What? Hell no.
Oh,
Hell no.
dude.
Hell no. Ecstasy and Molly are pills, brother. You're like...
I know ecstasy was different, but I don't know if Molly was.
They're
different.
party drugs. They're drugs you take at like a party and shit. That people take at a party. Don't
What's
ever take
the-
fucking ecstasy or Molly. Fuck that shit.
Okay,
I don't think
two quick questions
any of us are
before we
taking
end
any of that
this.
shit.
Two quick questions before we end this. Is roofie's a drug, right?
Roofie? Roofie's
Or-
not a specific drug. Roofie's just a drug Roofie classifies any drug somebody puts into somebody else's cup or
Drink.
Okay.
slips to them.
So
Yeah,
what
if
would
you get
be
roofied, you're
considered
getting
the
basically drugged.
roofie?
I don't know what a good roofie is. Like I don't know what people usually use.
It's
Just
usually-
something to
Fly to
knock
the
the
back.
person out.
The
Just
reason they
something to
use
knock
it,
them out.
it's something, yeah, basically to knock you out. It's just so they can kidnap you.
Something that makes them susceptible, you know.
Yeah. Okay. And what about insulin? That's not a drug, right?
Insulin?
Yeah, because I just never,
Never
did.
heard of that.
Insulin. It's what you take for diabetes.
That's a medication, dude. That's completely
Yeah?
different. That shit's prescribed for an illness.
For
That's
obviously,
different.
yeah, for diabetes.
We're
But I didn't
talking
feel
about
that
illegal
drug.
drugs.
Yeah. Well, we're
Anything
also-
can be
I agree.
abused,
Yes, definitely. I agree with that.
Mhm.
but the ones that are usually abused, you know, for recreation, are the ones we talked about.
Yeah.
Now wait, what's the main like pain relief drug that they use at hospitals?
Probably weed.
Weed? No, it's not.
What?
I'm
No,
talking about like
Christian.
pills.
No,
Medical.
Pain
No,
relief
they
pills.
use
Main or
fucking-
like
Dude,
pain
they
relief
use anesthesia.
pills.
They use
Yeah,
anesthesia.
No, I'm not talking about
That's
that.
not
Like
really,
my aunt
like,
has a really like she broke her back like 3 times.
Painkillers, Percocets.
Yes, like painkillers.
Painkillers, Percocets. Yes,
Percocets.
Percocets.
painkillers.
Yes.
Advil.
Now that is
No,
sort of
that-
the same
that's-
relaxing
dude.
effect, right? And
That's an
Nah,
that's
Advil
an over the
doesn't-
over the
I'm talking
counter
about
thing
painkillers.
for like Percocets. Yeah,
All right.
that's
Well, that
a
was
good one.
that was a good talk though.
Alright, sounds good.